Max Holloway is taking on a diminutive Australian named Volkanovski this weekend on the laundry list of titles that are being defended. There's 3 damn title fights. There's a lot. But I'm personally very excited for this one. And I have very strong opinions on why Max Holloway is gonna win. My partner over here, I think it's biased because they have similar first names, but he thinks Volkanovski's gonna win.
Listen, Alexander Volkanovski is gonna bring the end to the Blessed era. That's all I'm saying.
How's he gonna do that, Alex?
Okay, so if there's one thing we know about Max Holloway, he loves that snowballing effect. He starts off with 1 or 2 punches. If you let him do 1 or 2 punches, he adds a third, he adds a fourth, and he fucking kills you, puts you in deep water in the 3rd round, if you allow him to snowball. And as we saw with Dustin Poirier had the power to make him say, oh, I'm not going to throw any more shots. I'm just going to eat all of them for 5 rounds. And that's what I think is the main issue with Max Holloway. And remember what happened the last time he tried to cut down to 145?
I don't. I've got selective memory loss.
I think Max Holloway's liver
against Edgar?
Yeah. Yeah. Or no, was it before that? Okay, my bad. My thing.
He does have issues. I'll concede. He's got some 145 issues.
Bad
weight cuts.
At weight cuts at going down to 145.
It's happened.
It's been multiple times.
It has happened multiple times.
Multiple times. And I don't know if he got a nutritionist yet. At least I can say Khabib got a nutritionist. We know he's on the literally, Max Holloway had a mini stroke for trying to get down to 145. And that's a huge problem. And so I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to have another mini stroke.
I'm just hearing things that are outside the realm of the fight. You know, pejoratives like power get thrown around a lot. Let me tell you why Max Holloway. I'm going to give you a real, tangible path to victory for Max Holloway against overrated Volkanovski.
Overrated?
Overrated Volkanovski. The man beat an Aldo.
He retired Chad Mendes.
The man beat an Aldo who had essentially had half of his internal organs eaten by some crazy Brazilian bacteria. The man beat a Chad Mendes who spends more time leading hunting expeditions than he does actually in the gym.
This is what you're saying. Jose Aldo literally got his ass kicked by Max Holloway 2 times, and it took 1 time for him to get whooped by Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
That's because
he went down to 135 because he got so fucking scared.
No, that's literally because he was in a marathon matchup against Brazilian bacteria for the week before the Volkanovski fight. That was like 5% of Aldo.
And then made him lead the division.
Regardless, let me give you the real tangibles, guys. Alexander Volkanovski has never faced a volume-based pressure fighter. Can we agree on that? At least an elite one in the UFC.
Yes.
Yes. Alexander Volkanovski, do you know how he responds to flurries of punches?
He backs up in a straight line.
He backs up in a straight line, and he actually looks at his palms. So I think he may be some sort of psychic trying to read the lines of his palms, because he literally does this. Do you know who is probably the best at exploiting a readable guard?
Who?
Max Blessed Holloway. Ooh. This is what will happen. Max will tee off on the diminutive Volkanovski. He is going to jab. Max always jabs. Volkanovski actually did have trouble with Aldo's jab, but Aldo's not a volume striker and he's not a pressure fighter. So Aldo would jab and actually back up Volkanovski, and Volkanovski would guard like this. High front guard. But Aldo would then back up because he wanted to invite Volkanovski to throw so he could try to counter. Aldo largely fights off the counter now. Max, on the other hand, jabs, and like you said, he gradually builds up a snowball effect of more and more blows. He's going to jab Volkanovski. He and his team have either made this read already, or Max is going to be good enough to make the read that Volkanovski does this. Then he's going to start going the little touches he did to Ortega, and then hooks around. You know the slapping hooks that Max does? He's going to bring his guard forward, start slapping his hooks. Do you know how Volkanovski responds to hooks?
How does he respond to hooks?
This! He answers the phone and puts the other hand forward. So...
Which is a really good guard, that's all I gotta say.
He does this. Then Max is going to, again, start going right down the pipe. This is going to be an Edgar-esque, Ortega-esque beating from Max Holloway. I'm calling it. And do you know the longest fight that Volkanovski has been in?
What's the longest fight?
He's gone 2 minutes into the 4th round.
Yeah.
He has not ever fought a full championship round. He's never fought a full 4th round.
And does he have gas problems? Is that what you're insinuating?
I think he's going to have gas problems from Holloway.
One thing that you are neglecting is the fact that Max is not even going to get a snowball effect, because this is what's going to happen. He's going to do a right hand, and what comes over the right? An overhand from fucking Volkanovski. That's what's going to happen. Now, I'm not going to say...
How's he going to land it?
I just said how he's going to land it. He's going to go over the jab.
High?
High, yeah.
Over the jab?
Over the jab. And the thing is that, like myself, Max Holloway has really, really short
He does have very short
T-Rex
reach.
arms. And
very short.
If Max Holloway had a long reach, then I could say, you know what? He's going to be further back from Volkanovski, and he's not going to be able to get hit. But here's the thing. He's going to have to follow up that jab with a right hand that's going to go straight down the pipe in order to miss that overhand right. And I think that that's what's going to prevent the snowball effect of Max Holloway. And I think that Volkanovski's team and coach are...
They're fantastic.
One of the best strikers.
I'm talking a lot of shit, but they're really good.
And I think they're going to have the fortitude and the insight to be able to game plan for Max Holloway. And just like the fact that if Colby Covington or Kamaru Usman had those strategists in their corner, they'd be able to
more effectively
game plan for each other. But I think the camp of Volkanovski, excellent game planners, excellent strikers. They're going to be able to see the fact that Max Holloway doesn't very often throw those straight punches. What he likes doing is he likes hooking a ton. Yeah.
Because I feel like what Max does is more so like throwaway little things here to then go bop bop, and he does the bop bop to go here. That's what when I think of Max Holloway, I think of a fighter who actually does mix straight and narrow hooks very well.
I think most of the time he uses maybe you're right. I disagree though. I've seen most of the time that he does a lot of...
I feel like that's how he gets his finishes. But I feel like usually he actually is one of the few MMA fighters that does bring the high guard forward, and sort of like how Lomachenko will get fighters to do this as well. Mm-hmm. Holloway doesn't take advantage of the position the same way. He's not like doing the shuffle like Matrix hooks, but he does bring the guard forward and kind of starts to slap around it. But that's what I think.
I don't think he'll be able to get the respect from Volkanovski, who used to be 220 fucking pounds. He used to be as big as me, and he's like, what, 4'9"?
See, I disagree though, because Aldo's jab was getting respect from Volkanovski.
But what's the difference between a man that literally put fucking Jeremy Stevens in the hospital because his sternum was going around versus fucking pillow hands Max Holloway?
It's going to be a death by 1,000 cuts for Volkanovski.
No,
Max going to have another midget scalp to hang up on his wall.
The reason why Aldo backed up Volkanovski with his jab was because there was power behind the jab. We know that Max Holloway does not have power at 155. He sure as fuck doesn't have power at 145. And he's not going to get the respect from Volkanovski. And Volkanovski arguably fought some of the most, not the most powerful 145ers, but certainly...
Mendez is.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that they're not the most, but Aldo has a fuck ton of power, and in his left hand, because that's the hand that fucking rocked fucking Jeremy Stevens, literally tore up Jeremy Stevens' sternum. His fucking xiphoid process was going all over the fucking place in Jeremy Stevens. And then Mendez has huge power as well.
He does.
And I don't think that Max is going to be able to back up Volkanovski, which is essentially what he has to do. Because your whole entire plan is that Volkanovski has to go straight
Can I? Well,
Go- yeah,
I'll
go
go
for it.
through how I see the fight playing out. The fight's gonna start. Volkanovski's gonna be doing his herky-jerky movement. He's gonna nervously throw out a kick that throws him off balance. Because that's another thing that Volkanovski does.
Fair enough.
Is he throws kicks that put him off balance. Holloway is going to capitalize on that. 1-2. Then Volkanovski's gonna start going straight back and high guarding. Now he's going to be relatively near the fence. Max is going to keep coming forward. Volkanovski's going to be on the fence. Max is going to start hitting around the guard. Volkanovski's going to be flustered. He's going to try to throw over the top, but Max is going to expect it because that Max has made a career of going da 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 huh da 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 huh, right?
Right.
And I think that is going to be the narrative of the fight, and I don't think Volkanovski is going to be able to keep up with that pace, and I think that it's going to be a 5th round TKO
Gotcha.
by Max Holloway. Death by 1,000 cuts. I wouldn't be surprised if Volkanovski can't answer the bell after the 4th round.
I do think that nobody's going to get knocked out this fight. And I wish I would have said that, but I don't believe that Max Holloway's chin, although, I could see that him having a brutal weight cut and him getting tagged so much by Poirier at 155 does affect his chin.
He looked great against Edgar, though. And Edgar does throw with power as well.
Yeah, fair enough. But I will say that that I don't think, because Edgar doesn't have nearly as enough power as Volkanovski, Chad Mendes, and Jose Aldo. And I think the key is that, like I said before, like Volkanovski, unless he throws that kick that gets him off balance, which I don't think he's going to throw this time.
He's going to throw that kick.
He's not going to be able to.
Guarantee he's going to throw that kick.
He's not going to back up. And I think that's, if Volkanovski does not back up, which I don't think Max has the power to back up Volkanovski, because he is a shorter fighter, he has to realize that he needs to pressure Max Holloway because he is the shorter fighter, or else Max is going to pick him apart with his T-Rex arms, and he's just gonna circle out and put pressure on him. So I don't think he has the power enough to do that. And that's what I think. I think it is going to be a 5-round fight, and it's going to go to decision, which is going to be in Alexander's favor.
Well, you guys will have to talk some shit to us. Who you think's gonna win? Watch the fight with us on Saturday. We know my opinion based on facts and logic. I know Alex's opinion
based on also facts and logic, but mostly my heart. And we also broke down all the other championship fights, so go ahead and look those up if you're interested.
Check those out, guys, because there's 3 damn title fights. It's a fantastic card. I'm incredibly excited for it. Join us with our live fight companion and watch the fights with us, guys, because it's really fun. We've got a lot of goofiness, and I'd say a few hot takes.
And we have hot wives as well. Go ahead and do that like and subscribe, because we need it, because we're a growing channel, and we appreciate it, guys.
We're going to hit 20 subscribers in no time. But thank you, guys. Check it out. Hasta luego.